All right, welcome to another one from the Outdoor Analyst. I've got a super fun one for you. This is actually something new, a new locking mechanism that is pretty darn cool, and I'm excited about. Before we dive in, hey, if you wouldn't mind taking a second, hit and subscribe if you're new to the channel and like knife content. I drop about a video a day these days, so staying busy, and I would really appreciate it. Now, also let me know what you think about this knife, about some of the comparisons, as we're going to be chatting. Leave some likes down below as well. So what are we talking about? We are talking about the CJRB Bolt. Now, this is an exciting knife because, one, well, it's pretty well budget, although you can get some really fancy versions of this knife, that's for darn sure. But it has a new locking mechanism that I really, really like. So, before we dive in, let's just kind of talk about the size of this thing. It is a 3.25 inch blade. So yes, you're over the 3-inch mark, depending on what state you're in, that matters. 0.11 thick, nice and thin on there. It is a lovely G10. Oh, about a 7.5 inches overall. It's a little shorter. I think it's like 7.46 or something like that. But, you know, almost a 7.5 inch blade. And it is beautiful. Has some nice skeletonizing on the inside for the actual scales. There's got like some steel liners on there that are skeletonized, which are nice. Really good deep carry pocket clip with recessed screws, which really matters. Does not destroy your pocket. ARRPM9, which is a budget stainless steel. It's a spray form stainless. It's pretty similar to D2 in like edge retention, but it does hold a decent edge, honestly. Decent edge for a stainless steel, and this one's even coated on there. Pretty darn cool. Now, I love the pop of color. I love the orange on there. Love the blue G10. Nice and just partially grippy. Has a good grip on it. Then you have, well, what looks like a crossbar lock, but it's not. They're calling this the Recoil Lock version 2. And yes, works just like a crossbar. Yep, you can flick it out, you can lock it. But you also have this nice tab up top, which, does that look familiar to you? Yeah, it kind of looks like a shark lock, honestly. It looks like it's something from Demco. And yeah, that released the lock. Oh, yeah. So you have 3 ways to open it. Obviously, thumb stud. You can recoil lock it. I almost called it a shark lock. And then you can just use the regular crossbar. Now, that is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And it is nice smooth. It's ceramic ball bearings. I believe they are caged in there. And that makes everything very, very smooth. That is just like glass. And you have a nice swing. I don't know if you can put the swing on camera here. Here we go. It's always fun working around a camera. That's always good times. But man, it's smooth. It's absolutely smooth. It's fast, and it's completely ambidextrous. And that's why I liked the original Demco Shark Lock, to be honest with you. It's because it was ambidextrous. You're on a ladder, getting stuff done. I'm right-handed. Now, granted, I use my left hand a lot, but take that with a grain of salt, whatever you want to think about that. But essentially, I love ambidextrous knives because I do a lot of things ambidextrously, especially when it comes to pocket knives and working on ladders or on roofs or whatever. These are wonderful to have. It's fantastic. Now, you do have a little bit of a finger choil up here, too. No issues. I got large to XL size hands, and I can use the finger choil, which is surprising and kind of nice. A little bit of very soft jimping up there. And the Shark Lock, Shark Lock, there it is, the Recoil Lock. So used to it, just because there's not been a new, player in the game for a long time. Has some jimping, but it's kind of smooth. I honestly kind of really like it. It very classes this up, whereas, the Demco, and I'm going to pull one out, AD20.5, I have one of those right now in hand. And yes, I've had all the Demcos pretty much, which is great. Love them. But I really do like this. I love that it comes with a crossbar lock. And CJRB does the crossbar lock very good. They always have slightly larger crossbar like knobs on here. And it's so nice to be able to get to it. So much nicer than, well, here I am, just going to throw it out, a bug out. And these are very similar. This thing weighs, I think, 2.6 ounces. That's incredibly light. Now, this bug out weighs quite a bit more because I put titanium aftermarket scales on it, but I'm pretty sure I know what they were going for in a profile. This is very similar to the bug out. As a matter of fact, this G10 with actual liners feels so much better than the original bug out. The original bug out, yeah, it's light, super, super cheap feeling. That's why I moved up to a titanium one. S30V versus AAR PM9. Little bit of a nicer steel, yes, with S30V. This stuff's just great. This is 50 bucks. You know, if you add this whole thing together with the titanium, you're at like, oh gosh, I don't even know these days. Benchmade's insane. Probably like 300 to do this knife again. Pretty sure Benchmade's just off their rocker on most of their things. Now, you can get some souped up versions of this knife as well. This is their budget one. It's 50 bucks. I'll have some links below if you use those. Yeah, it helps out the channel by a little minuscule amount. And there's some nice versions of this too that are in S90V and micarta, and also titanium in S90V. That is pretty darn amazing. You just double the price each time, essentially. So this is 50 bucks. You wanted an S90V with micarta, you're at 100 bucks. I don't know of any knife that's one of the best deals in the world. Honestly, that's insane. It is insane. If you wanted in titanium and S90V, 200 bucks. Still insane, because you're still getting awesome ceramic bearings on there. You're getting a very cool new locking system, and the new lock is awesome. It feels much smoother. Okay, well, you've had comparison number one. Very similar in size to a bug out. Let me pull out the competition, and this is what it is, but it costs way more. The AD 20.5 and AUS 10. Steel-wise, I think you're actually pretty similar. Now this is their, whatever, their shark blade, but basically just a Wharncliffe. Little bit longer blade when it comes down to the CJRB, just by a hair. I think you're at like 3 versus like 3.25. Ergonomics wise, very, very similar, honestly, even though this is a little thinner in hand, just like tall wise. Still very, very comfortable. The Shark Lock feels chunkier. So as you're like, yeah, sorry, we're on camera here. Maybe I'll go around. Here we go. As you're flicking them out and you're just going back and forth, basically you have a more mechanical, chunky feel with the Shark Lock. It is going to be a stronger locking mechanism. The CJRB is still kind of running with the strength of a crossbar. I have no issues with that, to be honest with you. I've batoned this knife. I've batoned this through kindling. It's one of the first things I actually did when I got it in hand. I guess I should go side by side. There's the side by side of this thing. Very similar in size. You're getting a much lighter weight with the CJRB. See, I'm used to the crossbar. I'm actually used to the crossbar now. I like being able to close it with the crossbar, but opening it with the Shark Lock, with the recoil lock. V2, haha, I'll get it all technically right some of these days. So it is a super fun knife to play with. It's also just feels a little classier. And I think if you got the higher end version of this, it would feel super, super classy as how just smooth it is. It feels like a very smooth, souped up version. And it's tough. I have baton with this knife. And after going out and batoning, you can see my shorts on YouTube. There's zero wiggle, side to side, up and down, which I'm actually very impressed with, just being a crossbar in general. And it's still centered, and I haven't jacked with it. I haven't tightened up anything. That's fantastic. You know, what's really fantastic is here's the coating after batoning. This is better than most fixed blade coatings, to be honest with you. This held up super, super well. This black coating on here is amazing, because that's batoning through, I think I did a little bit of pine and just a little bit of oak. Now it's still small pieces for kindling. I did feather sticking with it too, and it did excellent for feather sticking. No, the tab does not get in your way at all. It's still very, very comfortable. I'm very impressed that a $50 knife can just be that good. And let's throw a couple more comparisons. Here's just the Nanner from CJRB, just so you have an idea. It's actually fairly similar in size and profile to the Nanner. Then let's get out the Para 2, PM2. Sorry, not Para, PM2. Spyderco PM2, it's their career version. A much, much bigger knife, as you can tell. Blade-wise, you're getting a little bit smaller blade, just a little bit. Handle-wise, the PM2 is massive in comparison. That's for darn sure. But man, these are absolutely both lovely, but it is a much larger knife, the PM2 is. This is much more bug out size. It's just lovely. Another comparison here, the Miguron Norsa is a little bit smaller all around. Aluminum versus G10, another great budget knife. This is actually D2 in aluminum versus G10. And a stainless steel. This AAR PM9 is kind of similar to D2. It's just a stainless version of it, pretty much. You might have a slight bit more edge retention with an actual D2 that's done well, but yeah, that's about it. So yeah, some good options. This is 30 bucks, so keep that in mind. This is about 50 right now, but I'll have links in there, and I think you can get 10% off if you actually are a first-time buyer from the website from CJRB, so that's pretty cool just in and of itself. Keep that in mind. I like this knife. I like it a lot. I've been carrying it a lot, and I love the new lock. I hope a lot of more knives come out with this because I like the options. I like that I can open it essentially and close it with that recoil lock. That is essentially a crossbar. And I love how they're putting these things together. This thing's tough as nails. Now, they did send this to me, so, you know, technically you have to take that with a grain of salt. They could have sent the best version they've ever made to me, being a reviewer. So, you know, that's possible. Kind of highly doubt it, but hey, it is what it is. What did I have to say about this knife? Absolutely nothing. I could absolutely hate it. The only really request was make a review or send it back to us. If you don't want to, I'm fine. I like this thing. For the money, if you would have told me you could get a G10 handled knife with a cool locking mechanism like this, that is a crossbar lock with the extra kind of like shark flipper up there, the recoil lock, with a deep carry pocket clip and a steel that acted similar to D2 but was stainless. You told me this 10 years ago that I could get it for 50 bucks, I would have lost my mind. And it was on ceramic bearings, I would have lost my mind. Now this is just run-of-the-mill 50 bucks. You can find this. It's game changer, man. I love the golden age of knives that we're in. This is absolutely nuts. It really makes companies like Benchmade probably just cry a little bit because there's nothing, they can't compete. They're just going so high in the price, which is nuts. And granted, I do think you can get like the smoothest feeling off of washers, but you know, this is 10 years of breaking it in. Probably 10 years. Yeah, maybe more. I've had this knife a very long time. It is about as smooth as you can get a bug out, and it took years to get that smooth. This thing is just that smooth basically right out of the box. You feel the bearings just a little bit as they're swinging, and that's really the only benefit that you get off of the washer. And it won't swing like that, though. That's the problem. It's much smoother, but it's not as you know, obviously slick. So take that as it is. You have some pretty big wins with the CJRB Bolt. This thing's cool. You got 50 bucks burning a hole in your pocket. I don't think this will make you sad at all. If you have 100 bucks, I'm still tempted to go out and get the Micarta version, or maybe even, oh, the titanium, because S90V is just sweet. I do love titanium. I really do like that Micarta though too. It looks amazing. And there are different colors to this with different kind of pops on the color, which is pretty sweet. Man, CJRB kind of knocked it out of the park with this. A lot of people may call this a basic style knife. It almost looks kind of Sebenza-y. But honestly, I think it's just a good profile. It's very similar to the bug out to me. I think in some ways they just did it better for way less. Oh, that just blows my mind. I love it. Absolutely love it. Hope this was fun. Hope you got an idea of the size of this thing, the new lock that's out there. I hope they're doing a lot more knives in that style, because I just love that style lock. It's fun, it's fidgety, but this is kind of I think this is a classier version than Demko's. Demko's is going to be stronger. That's pretty much one of the strongest locks out there, which is cool besides the Triad. But I've never had any issues with the crossbar lock. So take that with a grain of salt. You can get these a whole lot cheaper. So I really do like it. And it's lighter, 2.6 ounces. All right. Leave some comments below. Also, put some good comparison knives down there. I'm always looking for something new. The more information we have out there for people, the better. And I will catch you on the next one.